so much. Welcome to this tutorial. This tutorial I want to learn how to draft a basic skirt. So we'll be needing our pattern paper, our tape rule, straight ruler, curve rule, and of course all your pencil or your marker, of course your calculator. So the first thing we are going to do now is to get the measurements needed for the skirt. So we'll be needing the measurement for the round waist measurement. Then we need our round waist, round hip, and skirt length. So let's get started. First thing you are going to do is to get your top line. So I'm using 1 inch for my top line. You also be needing scissors. That's if you want to make use of scissors, like you want to cut. So I'll be ruling this. It's my top line. Hope you are seeing it. So this is my top line. I think I should use a marker. So this is our top line. I use 1 inch for the top line. So the next thing we are going to do now is to get the hip line. So we are going to use 8 inch for the hip line. So we're using 8 inch for the hip line. I'm using 8 inch. You can use 8.5. You can also use 9 inch. Okay, let's use 8.5 for the hip line. 8.5 for the hip line. Oh, you guys are saying it's clear. 8.5 for the hip line. You rule your line. Then the next thing you're going to do is to get your length, full length. So we are using 20 inches for the length. I'm using 20 inches for the skirt full length. 20 inches. 20 inches. So you rule your line, then you label waistline, hip line, and skirt full length. So next thing I'm going to do is to add to insert our measurement, skirt measurement. So for the skirt, like for the waist we are going to use 24. So I'm using 24 inches for the waist. So I'm going to divide 24 by 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6 plus 1 inch allowance, which is 7. So we are going to impute this measurement now. 24 divided by 4 is 6 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance, which is 7. So I'm going to add this here, which is 7. This is 1 inch for the zipper allowance. And the next thing you're going to do is to impute your hip line, your hip circumference, hip measurement. So for the hip, I'm using 32. 32 divided by 4 gives us, I think it's 32 divided by 4 is 8, equal to 8 plus 1 inch seam allowance. So we are going to impute this measurement now on the hip line. So I'm going to impute 8 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance. So I'm going to take whatever I have here. This is for straight skirt, which is basic. So for the straight skirt, we are doing straight skirt. So I'm going to impute this now. So I'm going to fix it on this skirt full length line. So I'm going to impute this measurement, which is 9. Remember, we did 8 inches plus 1 inch for the seam allowance. So after imputing your measurements, then we get our dark line. So for the dark, we are going to measure the middle point of your measurement. Whatever you have as in the measurement you impute on your waistline, you get the middle point of it. So, or you can use your bust pan if the person's bust pan. You're going to join this skirt on a basic top, or the your upper body. So you have to use the person's bust pan, or if you are a bust pan. Let's say that this person's bust pan is 3 inches. It's 3 inches. Okay, let's use 3 inches. So 3 inches. So after that, you get 3 inches from your hip line. You measure 3 inches from your hip line upward. You measure 3 inches, like so. So I'm going to be sure that this thing is up to 3 inches here. It's more than 3 inches, you see. So I'm going to impute 3 inches here. So I'm going to draw. So the next thing we are going to do now is to get okay, this is our ratio. Then we have to impute our that leg. And that leg is ½ inch here. You measure ½ inch at the both sides of the line you drew. You measure ½ inch and connect it like so. So after connecting, so you remember we use 1 inch share for our darts, which is half inch. So we are going to add that half inch, because if you don't add this, if you fail to add half inch, 1 inch here, that is going to affect our measurement. So we are going to get 1 inch now. This 1 inch we are using for the dart leg, for this dart. We are going to add it. We are going to add it back to. We are going to add it back here. So we are going to add extra 1 inch. I hope you get what I'm saying. We are going to add extra 1 inch here as the dart. This dart now. So when you close this down, when you sew the dart, you still have your full measurements and your seam allowance. Sorry. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to connect the dart leg. Sorry, to connect your measurements. Connect your measurement like so. I'm connecting. To connect it like so, you can use this. Connect like so. So this is our basic top, basic skirt. These are basic skirts. Our basic skirt is ready. Oh, we are seeing it. There you go. So our basic skirt is ready for the straight skirt. So follow me and join me with the straight. How to alter? We are going to alter this big straight skirt into pencil skirt. That's if you want to make it a pencil skirt. So just join me and watch the next tutorial for the next alteration. Thank you.